Hey guys, when you're going on a skiing or snowboarding trip, especially if you're new, it's important to know that the right or wrong gear can make the difference between having a miserable time and having a wonderful time. If you're suited up properly, even if you're out in 20-degree weather with the wind blowing, you'll feel just fine. But with the wrong gear, you can be wet, miserable, and have to end your day early. I'm going to go through what I wear on the slopes with a couple of suggestions. Keep in mind, I tend to run cold, so most of my gear is going to be on the warmer side. If you're a person who consistently runs hot, you can probably scale down from the kind of stuff that I wear. Okay, so we're going to start on the inside and work our way out. Here's my base layer. Got a pair of long johns and a smart wool shirt. This one's on the warmer side. Again, if you're a person who tends to run hot, you could probably use a thinner base layer on top. Synthetic material is probably, and wool is probably better. You want to avoid cotton. You don't want to be wearing cotton thermals. Socks, smart wool socks are essential. You want a nice pair of ski socks. You may be able to get away without wearing ski socks inside of snowboard boots, but if you're wearing ski boots, it's critical to have real ski socks. On top of your base layer, you're going to want a mid layer. You can get away. The key here is to avoid bulky cotton. You don't want to be wearing a sweatshirt under your coat. You want something like this fleece or a dedicated mid layer like this spider thing I have for cold weather. Next up, you want waterproof leggings of some kind, either snow pants or a snow bib. I used to wear snow pants, but in recent years I've enjoyed having a snow bib more. The key points are that you want it to be waterproof and lined, so you stay warm and dry. With your coat, you have a couple of options. I tend to wear this shell, and then I have a nice mid layer under it. But if you don't have a mid layer, you can also wear a lined coat that has all this padding and reflective material inside. In either case, your outer layer needs to be very waterproof. For my hands, the setup I like to go with is a pair of glove liners. North Face gloves can work here. Any kind of very, very thin layer, and then put a thick padded waterproof glove on top of it. I like mittens because it allows my fingers to stay together and stay warmer. Other people like gloves. Some people think the glove liners is overkill. I personally like being able to slip my gloves off on the slope to be able to do things like adjust bindings or use my phone without my fingers immediately freezing. Also, highly recommend that you get glove straps. So basically, you buy these, you loop them through and make a little slip knot, and then you put the band around your wrist. That way, when you pull your gloves off on the slope or on the lift, your gloves can't, like fall off the lift and you lose them forever. So you just put these around your wrist, and then you won't lose your gloves. You definitely are going to need something to go around at least your face and neck. These are not comfortable for me. Some people love them. Some people use a gator, which is just kind of a cylindrical cloth. I personally like this smart wool hoodie because the extra layer of material between my hair and my helmet is just a lot more comfortable than wearing a helmet directly. But either way, you just need to make sure you have something that can go down over your neck and up over your face, because otherwise the wind can really irritate your face if it gets windy. You're going to need a good pair of goggles. This is pretty key if it's very cold. Now, a lot of times I'll take my goggles off when I'm riding if the weather's nice and there's not snow blowing. But you definitely want to have a nice pair of goggles. And goggles these days are designed to fit into a helmet, which is another important thing. You always want to wear a helmet. I do not recommend skiing or snowboarding with no helmet. I think it's essential. It's also just a lot more comfortable. The helmet keeps your head warm, and the gloves fit the goggles fit nicely into place inside the helmet, and it allows you to kind of seal up your whole head and eye area, and then with the hood underneath or gator, you can get your whole face covered pretty easily. Now, most people won't have a snowboard helmet. You're going to rent that. All the rental places these days allow you to rent helmets and boots. So Helmets and boots are what you're going to rent when you get to the slope if you don't have them. Nice pair of snowboarding boots is very comfy, or ski boots, which are super uncomfy. So those you're going to rent. You don't need to bring those. However, I do recommend having a nice all-terrain, warm, waterproof pair of boots to wear to the ski slope. This is typically, I'll just wear these. I'll drive in them. These are comfy enough that they're just my all-weather shoes for going to the ski slope. If you're going to walk around the resort, you're going to want a nice sturdy pair of shoes that isn't going to be bothered if you step into snow or step into a puddle. Finally, a few things to make sure to bring with you on the slope. Obviously, you want your ski pass. Don't forget that. You're going to zip it into your coat. Most likely, most places these days use a card, and you're just going to zip it into one of your pockets and so they can scan you. Always bring some lip balm. This is SPF 15. You're going to want to put sunscreen on your face before you hit the slopes because you can get sunburned on the slope, but I would bring along some lip balm to be able to touch up your lips and nose during the day if you need to. You're going to want to bring water. Now, I have this nice plastic water bottle that goes into a pouch that belts around my waist. Other people I've seen have backpacks. Before I had this gear, though, I would just take a plastic water bottle, drink some of it, squish it, and then stick it in my pocket. So just make sure you have some water on you so you're not having to constantly leave the slope, or worse, get dehydrated. Along with that, I bring minerals on the slope with me so that when I refill my water, I can add salt and other minerals to it. That'll really keep you going throughout the day. And finally, I don't use this myself, but I think most people, especially if you tend to get hungry, you should bring something with you on the slope to have as a snack just in case you need it. A carnivore bar, a Kind bar, something like that, just so you have a little bit of food on you in case you start to feel fatigued and low energy. Anyway, so that's my setup. Let me know in the comments what kind of gear you use, or if you have any feedback on my setup. And be sure to pack smart so you'll have a good time on the slope. Thank you.